Pro-Palestinian protesters are calling out executives from the University of Toronto following the school's offer to end 3-week-long encampment. Shauna Hunt joins us now from U of T, where some protesters are now participating in a hunger strike. Shauna, walk us through how these protesters are responding to the school's latest offer.
Yeah, well, Faiza, I can tell you that the standoff between the university, U of T, and, those student protesters who have been camping out here for weeks now, the standoff here is intensifying for sure. So pro-Palestinian protesters have just hours left to accept the university's latest offer that is meant to peacefully put an end to the 3-week-long demonstration, or they will be served with trespassing notices and police intervention will be considered. But organizers speaking at the news conference this morning, they are calling the offer a joke and says it does not come close to meeting their demands for the university to disclose its finances, divest, and cut ties with Israeli universities. Have a listen.
This document is a farce. This document is nothing but a summary of their already existing procedure on divestment and disclosure, with a few minor tweaks to bait us into thinking that we are getting a good deal out of this. It took 3 weeks for this? Is this the administration's idea of a good faith negotiation?
Yeah, so protesters have until 4 o'clock this afternoon to accept the school's offer. Organizers say they will be taking the next few hours to come up with a response, deliver their response, and figure out their next steps. But Faiza, it sounds like protesters will be rejecting the offer and have no plans of packing up anytime soon. Back to you.
Shauna, U of T's president released a statement yesterday that included the school's offer. Can you give us details about what was in this proposal?
Yeah, well, Faiza, this is the first time that we have heard from U of T's president since the encampment began. He called a news conference late day yesterday to really just break down the offer to media and to sort of disclose, the offer that they have passed on to students. The school says, while it will not cut ties with Israeli universities, it will explore disclosure of investments. Here's a little bit more from the president and what he had to say.
Our offer includes supporting students through the university's process for considering a divestment request and a commitment to expedite this effort. Striking an advisory committee to examine the case for divestment and creating an expert working group to consider options for disclosure and increased transparency related to the university's investments.
Now, President Merrick Gertler also says that he has been patient with the encampment and that those patients are wearing thin. We all know that convocation is set to begin in just over a week from now on June 3rd. The president says that those celebrations will continue no matter what. They will be going as planned, and that, if this deal is not reached by the deadline, the 4 p.m. deadline today, he says that all legal options to clear this circle will be on the table.
Okay.
So, Faiza, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens next.
Certainly, with that 4 p.m. deadline looming closer and closer. Shauna Hunt, thank you so much for this.